From Fox 5 New York, it's time for more Good Day New York.
All right, do you have any pets?
I don't, because I travel too much.
I know,
I love dogs, though.
But if you own a dog or cat, you know going to the vet, not fun. But what if the vet could come to you?
Christal found one who brings top-notch care into the comfort of your own home. She's here with all the details. Christal, tell me.
All righty, well, it's called City Pets, and we all know that pets generally do not love the vet. But when the vet comes to you, everything is calm and cool, and everyone stays relaxed. Take a look.
I'm excited to see Millie.
Dr. Amy Attas specializes in taking the stress out of vet visits. That's because she does things the old-fashioned way. A house call making vet? You bet.
Hey,
Hi, good to see you.
Hi, Millie. How are you, honey? Come on. We've got some fun stuff for you today, sweetie.
Dr. Attas knows seeing the vet is usually not a fun experience for the animal or the pet owner.
Millie, I know you're going to feel a little bit like a pincushion, but I swear it's all for your own good, okay?
But when the animal stays at home in a familiar environment, the whole equation is different. No barking, just tail wagging, and lots of it.
She is the most perfect patient, isn't she?
Millie, still a puppy, is a Cavapoo, half poodle, half Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Today, she's cool, calm, and collected, even though she's getting 3 vaccines.
Millie is comfortable. She doesn't get nervous. I think if she goes into a hospital or a vet's office, she would feel very nervous, and that would make everything just much harder.
And even when Millie gets a shot, she's still relaxed.
And that one hurts a little bit, and she took it like a champ.
It's just so convenient for me to have Dr. Attas come to our house instead of having to go to the vet's office and wait in the waiting room with other sick dogs.
Dr. Attas, who grew up in Bayside, Queens, became fascinated with animals at a young age and began her career volunteering.
I called every single veterinarian in Queens asking for a job.
Oh, wow.
And as you can imagine, there wasn't a high demand for 13-year-old girls with no veterinary experience. But there was one man who said, like, I understand, why don't you come by to observe one day? And then without being invited, I showed up the next day and the next day and the next day and wound up actually working there all throughout my college years.
She thought what was missing in veterinary medicine was a personal touch, so she fixed that.
30 years ago, I started a house call practice, and no one thought I would be successful. Everybody thought, that's a cute novelty, you'll do it for a month or two and then you'll get a real job. And 30 years later, I have the last laugh.
As you can imagine, COVID changed many things about this world. It also changed the way Dr. Attas does her appointments, but it didn't change the fact that she still comes to you.
Now we wear masks all the time. We are only unmasked today because we all tested this morning and we were negative, and we thought it would just be easier to speak with you without our masks on. But we do take all precautions. We test all the time. We do ask for people to be masked in our presence, and my whole team is always masked.
Over the years, Dr. Attas has worked with many celeb clients like Elton John and Paul McCartney.
When Sir Paul and his wife were thinking about bringing a dog into their family, and they asked what breed, my feeling was, he's one of the most famous people in the world. He is such a strong animal advocate. I suggested that they rescue a dog, and they rescued the most wonderful dog who is very much a part of their lives.
But perhaps her most famous client was Spike, Joan Rivers' beloved Yorkshire Terrier.
Joan was a very wonderful client of mine for my entire veterinary career, and in fact I continue to care for her dogs, who were given to her personal assistant after she passed. She was a real dog person and a really down-to-earth, genuine, wonderful human being.
And while big-time celebs seek out Dr. Attas, her City Pet services are enjoyed by anyone with a 4-legged friend.
That was so easy. Thank you.
She's such a good girl. I wish all my patients were this good.
A vet visit with less stress? Yes.
Alrighty, so if you want to find Dr. Attas, it's citypetsvets, all plural.com. Alrighty, there you go.
They're very good.
The vet that comes to you.
Now you just need a pet, and then you could call Dr.
Yes, I want to call her.
Me too.
Oh, you're going to get one?
We'll get one.
I want an
you
Italian
share it.
Greyhound, all
Share it.
gray.
You both share it.
Okay, you're
Yeah.
fancy.